Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Own the Life of Your Dreams YouTube video. My name is Demetria. I am so glad to have you here with me today. What we're going to be talking about is 10 habits of the highly effective online business savvy person. But before I get to that, first of all, if you're new, welcome. Thank you for joining me in my channel. What this channel is about is we're supposed to be helping online entrepreneurs start, build, grow, and sustain their business for the long haul. And if that's something that you're interested in, then you definitely need to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you know that anytime I drop a new video, which happens to be daily at this point, you'll be in the know and you'll get all the information you need to make sure that your business is on the right track. And as a side note, I want to send a shout out to Richard Rodriguez for the creator of the $1 Million Mindset YouTube channel. Hey, he's doing great work over there. Make sure you check him out. And hopefully we can do some type of collab together and get our business going in sync. All right. So make sure you check him out. It's called the $1 Million Mindset YouTube channel. All right. So what we're talking about today is 10 behaviors that online business savvy people do, all right? And I want to make sure that you know them. And I got this from the entrepreneur.com website. I was reading an article and I just thought that that would make a very cool video, but he calls it a little differently. He calls it 10 behaviors of smart people. I like my title better. But he makes some very, very valid points, and I want to make sure that we go over them. I also like the photos that he puts together with it. So we're going to share I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get this party started. Okay, so like I said before, this article is called 10 Behaviors of Smart People, and it's by Steve Toback. Okay, and it is a very, very good article. So if you're into reading, which most people aren't these days, it's a shame, but this is a good read. It's a very easy read, but I'm going to pretty much go down and lay down the forework for you. Basically, let's take you back to a movie. It's an oldie but goodie. It's called Forrest Gump. And one thing that Forrest Gump always says is stupid is as stupid does. And so because they always used to call him stupid or ask him, is he stupid? And he would go, well, stupid is as stupid does. And so what that means is stupid people act stupid. Okay, if you are stupid, you're going to act stupid. And smart people generally do not act stupid. So if I'm, offending you, I'm sorry. I don't know why, unless you classify yourself as stupid. But whatever the case may be, if you are smart, you actually act smart. You make decisions that are smart. And in business, you make smart business decisions. So that brings me to my first behavior, which is smart business savvy people make smart decisions. Duh. Okay, they basically count the cost. All right, they know what they're getting into when they come in, or at least they know as many of the variables as they possibly can before they start any type of business decision. And that's the same with your online business. Are you counting off the cost? And you build your business one decision at a time. You're making a few, 2, 3 great decisions does not make you the end all, be all, know all of business. All right. So it's making a step day in, day out, taking a step forward, testing what it is that you learned and learning from them. And that's another skill behavior, but we're going to talk about that later. All right. Second behavior of the highly successful online business savvy people is they know that they do not have all the answers. And I think in life, it's always good to know that you don't know all of the answers, because you don't. And it's okay to ask for help. And it's okay to know where your strengths and your weaknesses are. And if you know that you are for sure weak in an area and it's no sense in building that area up, then pay somebody to come in and do what you're weak at. That's why we have employees. That's why we have people that are advisors to our business and mentors and coaches, because there's certain things that we just don't see. We don't know yet. And with this fact that we know we don't know, we'll seek the help that we need as opposed to just going along pretending that we know it all. All right. Habit number 3, they learned from their mistakes. Okay. There's no sense in repeating the same mistake over and over again and expecting a different result. That is insanity, okay? That's craziness. You learn from your mistakes. Things aren't always going to work out the way you want them to. That's fine. But taking that information, internalizing that information, and making it out for your good is what smart, wise business people do. Testing all of your copy, testing your ads, testing solo ad providers, just testing things, because some things work better and some things don't. Having a dogmatic attitude about I'm just going to stick and be loyal to this company or this business or this sales funnel or this ad copy is not wise. So make sure that you are willing and open to learn from your mistakes and to change them accordingly. All right. The next one, they surround themselves with smart people. Absolutely. These are your coaches. These are your mentors. These are the people that you're training to help build them up. You want people around you that can not only benefit from the knowledge that you give, but also that will help push you to be better. I learn stuff from my students all the time, and it's only helps me become a better teacher. And just because they might not know the Pythagorean theorem the way I know the Pythagorean theorem, there's certain things in their life that they know better than me, and that can help me not only relate to them better, but be better as far as a teacher is concerned. So smart people aren't always just your mentor and your coaches. Sometimes it's the people that you're training. So you need to be sure that you are surrounding yourself with people not only that are where you want to go, but that are people that are like-minded like you, that are pushing and ambitious enough to go out there and get what they want to get, whether it's the same, genre or business that you're in or something different. You want to make sure that you're around people that are willing to push themselves. And if you can do that, whether they're ahead of you or behind you, then you got yourself a great team behind you. All right. They are resourceful. All right, this is number 5. They are resourceful. That means that they find ways to make things happen. They are creative. They don't just sit there and cry because things don't go their way. They figure out a way to make it happen. And I know that has happened when my, coach fell ill. I had to pull myself up by the bootstraps and go, okay, I want a business. If he's on board or not, I still got to make it happen for myself. He is not going to be the determining factor whether I succeed or whether I fail. And so you need to, if that is what your goal is, your aim is to have an online business and be successful, it shouldn't matter who is there rooting you on or helping you. You should be able to come up with ways to be successful whether you got people behind you or not. All right. Number 6, they can reason. And I like the fact of what he says is they, even when presented with irrefutable evidence that they're wrong, many people consistently hold their ground as if their life depended on it. So it's okay to be wrong. Be wrong. Say I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Move on. All right. You can think through the fact that you made a mistake. There was a problem, and maybe it was you, or maybe it was the person you hired, but it doesn't matter. You realize, all right, I can think through this problem. I was the problem, somebody else was the problem, but it doesn't matter now. Let's figure out how to solve it together. Let's figure out how to change our outcome together. All right. Smart people or smart business savvy individuals can reason and can think through anything that they have right? They also don't follow fads. I am a big fan of The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And he says that the biggest problem of people not doing their dreams, not following their dreams, not doing what they're supposed to be financially free is not because they're scared, it's because of conformity. They just follow the status quo. They do what everybody else does. Everybody gets a job because that's what everybody does. They don't know why they work their 9 to 5. They just do it because that's what everybody else does. And when you're smart in business, you realize that you can't follow everybody else. If you're following everybody else, that everything that has been done has already been done. Now, I'm not saying that you don't follow the same type of marketing and systems that work for generations and generations of people, but I'm saying staying in the same mindset, well, I have to do it this way, can be business suicide. And being able to open your mind and fall in place of where you need to be successful is what is going to take you from no money to millionaire status. All right. So don't follow the fad. All right. Next one, and I do not remember what number we're on, but they do not live beyond their means. Oh my God. Credit card debt is a killer. And unfortunately, when I was young and not as smart as I am now, I did get into credit card debt. It was not mainly because I wanted to, it's because we had children young and they came with costs. They needed diapers, they needed to eat, we needed to eat, and we did not have the money to support ourselves. So we fell into this credit card debt. All right. But luckily, praise Jesus on high, in a few months, the credit card debt's going to be gone. All right. And that's what I've been looking forward to. It's taken me 4 years to get there, but that is what I want. I don't want to live beyond my means. I don't want to have to put things on credit cards to succeed. Now, that does not mean that I will not go into debt for a business, because that is an investment. That is supposed to help make me money. But to buy a computer on a credit card, or to buy a keyboard or a motorcycle or anything like that, that's not going to appreciate or make me any money is, I think, financial suicide. So think very, very carefully about whether you really, really, really want this thing, especially if you have to go into debt to have it. It's not worth the cost, and the interest rates are killer, and they won't do anything better for you and won't help you be successful in the end. So put those toys away, build something that will help you be financially set, and then you can buy your toys. Make sense? All right. They are often their worst enemy. So true. Geez. I'm a perfectionist and I have fear. I have fear of rejection and criticism and all this other good jazz, all wrapped up in this ball that is me. And so sometimes I am my worst enemy. I can hold me back. I could have everything in my situation going well for me, but sometimes I hold my own self back, and I can be my own worst enemy, my own worst critic. And sometimes that's good, but other times it keeps you from being the best person that you can be, or actually it pushes you to be something better, or it gives you it pushes you towards a perfectionist mindset that will keep you striving and striving and striving, and not taking advantage of the fact that you have made some significant progress, that you have gone beyond what you thought you could have. You won't sit back and self-reflect and see what's going on, because you're always striving to do more. All right. So they are their own worst enemy, but it's also a positive thing, because generally we are our own worst enemy. And because of that, of the negative, the fear of rejection, I do over on the other side to help compensate for it. And so that's smart people generally do that. Smart business people generally do that. And they also help by bringing in people that can help balance their personality out, whether it's a spouse or a friend or a business partner. Generally, smart people will bring somebody into their space that will balance out their idiosyncrasies, okay? And as entrepreneurs, they're not always successful. So the last behavior, I believe this is the last behavior, hopefully. Yes. As entrepreneurs, they're not always successful. And sometimes this is true, but this is not, I'm thinking of geometry and the conditional statement. So it is true we're not always successful as entrepreneurs, but you cannot be not smart and be successful as an entrepreneur. So you have to be smart as an entrepreneur is what I'm saying, okay? So you can, there is a fine line between, you know, being successful as an entrepreneur and being smart and, you know, just kind of going with the flow. But generally, more times than not, the entrepreneurs that are smart, that are savvy, that are willing to put in the grind, that are willing to take all the other non-behaviors in account and make it for their good will be successful. Whereas you can be smart and not be successful, and that's only because you're not following the other 9 principles. So if you follow these 9 principles, you will be successful. You will have the success that you want to have, and you will be savvy online business entrepreneur, and that is what we're striving for, right? So if you like the content for today, make sure that you give me the thumbs up button. Please like my channel and subscribe, right? Giving you free daily lessons on how to be successful online. You need to plug in so that you know what it is that you need to do so you can be a participator in this game instead of just a spectator, all right? And if you want to know my #1 way on how I'm making money online, a way that you can basically market any product that you want to market, make sure you click the first link in the description, and I'll be glad to help you and join beside you to make sure that you're successful on your online journey. Okay, so until next time, my friend, make sure you think big, dream big, take action so that you may own the life of your dreams. Bye now.